Welcome, ladies and gents, to the first reactions for Lord of the Rings of Power are in. It's comical, as you would expect. I'm going to take a look at it. Look, we'll wait and see. A lot of this stuff will be paid for. 100% it will be paid for. To think otherwise, purely naive, considering this is the highest production TV show ever. Ridiculous. And yeah, it just looks so cheap by comparison to what it should do. So, let's dive into it. I think what's funny is it says, the social media embargo for Lord of the Rings of Power is now lifted. That's not a good sign either, because that's really close to its release. Really close to its release. Literally September 2nd, 2 episodes, right? So, it only just now lifting, not great. And again, this being here, we actually haven't come across any outright negative tweets yet. That's not good either. Not good. That, I just always get sort of Dark Fate vibes when stuff like that happens. So Vanessa Armstrong, the first of many blue check marks. I've seen the first 2 episodes of The Rings of Power. Yes, it's as visually stunning as the trailer promises. The trailer wasn't visually stunning. In fact, the trailer looked cheap, like a video game cinematic. Real bad CG. That's not good. It also sets the stage well for the clearly epic tale heading our way. I liked some characters' storylines more than others, but I'm hooked and ready for more. Fantastic. I've seen the first 2 episodes of Lord of the Rings of Power. It is stunningly gorgeous to look at. It's starting to get a trend already. The score is beautiful. It also takes a while to get going, and there's a lot going on. But for the fans of the movies, it'll take you right back at points once it's rolling. I should hope not. 2 episodes, so Perry Nemiroff, 2 episodes of The Rings of Power in, and so far, so good. The production value is pretty remarkable, one breathtaking visual after the next, and the level of detail in the costume and production design is something else. As for the story characters, there's literally... There are additional tweets to like all of these individuals, by the way. Particularly once you meet the dwarves in Lord of the Rings on Prime, that's when the show locks in on that thrilling feeling you get watching new Lord of the Rings. It's funny, emotional, fantastical, and a good promise of what's to come. Some of this stuff is really weird. So Perry Nemiroff was like, these episodes have lots of work to do introducing key places, players, most make an impression quickly, but the biggest winners for me were Nazanin Boniadis, Bronwyn, and Markella Kavanagh's Nori. Especially impressed by how much I was able to share in their passions, goals in just 2 episodes. Fuck me. Carly Lane Perry. The Rings of Power is definitely a promising return to Middle-earth based on the first 2 episodes. Stunning visuals. Fucking these visuals. That is a talking point they've been given. Compelling characters and a magnetic lead in Morfydd Clark's Galadriel, who refuses to surrender the widely held belief that Sauron is defeated. Can't wait for more. I can. Lauren Sarna, social media embargo is up. Let me shill. So I've seen the first 2 episodes. I had been skeptical, but I was very pleasantly surprised. It is actually good, very good. Visuals and tone are just right. In my opinion, a great addition to the Tolkien world. If you think this is a great addition to the Tolkien world, you don't know the Tolkien world. This is a far cry from the Tolkien world, so your opinion becomes a little bit invalid. Jacob says the first 2 episodes of Rings of Power are, so far, very great. The trailers have already shown the show's brilliant visual spectacle. This is a talking point, ladies and gents. The seeds are planted for a rich and intriguing story that left me wanting more. Review coming to discussing film. Germaine Lucier says, the Lord of the Rings of Power instantly captured my imagination with captivating stories and characters in a Middle-earth that's both familiar and new. The story setup is so dense, however, the pacing in episodes 1 and 2 is rather slow, but it definitely leaves you wanting more. Hey, I can finally say, I've seen the first 2 episodes of The Rings of Power. As a fan of Lord of the Rings lore, bollocks, I found it outstanding, and Will left me longing for more. What? The wait between episodes is going to be excruciating. I'll have more to say on blah blah blah. Shit site. Andrew Salazar says, I can now say that the first 2 episodes of The Rings of Power are as cinematic as fantasy can be on TV. Well, looking at the trailers, it doesn't even look as good as Game of Thrones. So, I think you're talking nonsense. It was made especially for Tolkien fans. That's some cope. And it's as epic as Lord of the Rings should be. J.A. Bayona and cinematographer Oscar Fowler continue to make magic together. A real dream duo. What else did this dipshit say? I mean, this is just, it is epic levels of nonsense. I have to be cautious when I say for the fans, because the show is quite dense. Tolkien heads would appreciate. But average people, I don't know if I see them tuning in week to week. That being said, you can feel and see the production value. Thank God. Looks like a real movie at times. It fucking should be for the price. That's not praise. I don't understand why people think this is praise when you're like, well, you know, it looks good. Yeah, it should do for that price. And that's the bare minimum, that this should look good for the price. I don't think there's any others. Oh yeah, just blow my eardrums out. Thanks very much. Oh yeah, an impressive feat. All the money is on screen through its impeccable production design, but it doesn't look that... I'm not seeing the production design there. Manages to wield the power of Tolkien's fantastic world building while making unique and stunning touches of its own. Shouldn't have done that anyway. I mean, it looks bad, doesn't it? I think this looks terrible. But everyone's loving it. It's a cinematic masterpiece. The visionary team behind it has produced an epic that dives into its roots and delivers a story like no other. Its production is beyond comparison. Really? People will be comparing it to stuff, so we'll see, won't we? Masterfully orchestrating a mythology that fans have been waiting for. Bravo. Fans already like the mythology. We've seen the mythology. What are you on about? Yeah. Don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah, not a fan. I don't like the sound of this. I think this is bad. I think there's clearly talking points on visuals. Trailer looks great. Visuals. I think that's very clear talking points. Yeah, I think this a lot of shill nonsense has been spun here. But let me know what you guys think down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Cheers, guys. Take care.